Shadows at Night by Jackson G. Roberts. When we go to sleep at night, there are some spirits we're not aware of. They aren't good, nor are they bad. They lurk within the forest that we gaze at from a distance. Many say that they have found their way home with the help of the shadows. Others say that they have encountered a grave fate when they approach the shadows. I like to believe that these mysterious spirits have hearts of gold. One night I was sauntering down the path of curiosity. The lanterns in my village were dim, the cobblestones smooth, the small creatures were strolling about, and the moon revealed itself in the clouds and the sky. I was holding my head very close to my chest as I ambled. I did not fear the dark like most kids. I always looked forward to the darkness in search of the shadows. I had an obsession with them. Walking slowly into the forest, I began to collect shiny rocks and coins that others had left behind. I had been cautious of my footing. I would hate to step on something that the shadows would consider sacred. Then, at the corner of my eye, I spotted something. But when I looked over in that direction, the shadow vanished. I was a bit disappointed. It was a goal of mine to befriend the shadow, hopefully explore their culture. "Young girl," a voice rasped. At first I was startled, but then I calmed down. I looked around. No one was there. I started to get slightly paranoid. The voice sounded a lot like my grandmother. Grandmother would kill me if she would find out that I had left the house this late past midnight. A tall, dark figure emerged from the tall trees. They reached out their long finger to stroke my hair. "Why have you come to us, child?" "I want to be one with the shadows," I replied. "My people believe that you bring curses among us. I would like to change that." The shadow looked about family. "Are they not worried about your disappearance?" "Grandmother doesn't like me, and I have no one else to turn to," I said, hugging my teddy bear. "Very well then, child," said the shadow. "We shall make arrangements for your welcome." The shadow reached out their hand to me. I accepted it, feeling somewhat hesitant. The shadow and I walked through the trees. Then they lifted me off the ground and put me on their shoulders. It was at that moment that I felt like a giant. That I felt like I was a giant, looking down at the people that surround. When the shadow moved the taller trees aside, I was greeted with other shadows that had made a circle. The shadow put me down, leaving me in the center. "My fellow people," began the shadow, "we must welcome a newcomer into our tribe. For her parents do not care much about her, leaving me to return to us." The other shadows bowed down. "What is your name, young one?" said the shadow. "Help," I said. I know that years have passed since then, but I cannot forget the time that I was adopted by a group of people who others deemed not worthy of trust. Now I look up to the shadows I've grown up with and thank them for whatever they've done.